except American Descendants of Slavery.
There's been a shocking 20-plus year practice of race discrimination in the American kidney transplant system. The result of the race discrimination is that black patients with serious kidney failure have been delayed or denied access to the kidney transplant that many badly needed in order to save their lives. And why? Because of the color of their skin. Now, this story starts with an organization known as UNOS for short. That stands for the United Network for Organ Sharing, funded with American taxpayer dollars and put in charge of the overall American system for kidney transplants. Obviously, this is not supposed to be happening. UNOS is supposed to be working for everybody. However, for years, UNOS has artificially manipulated the test scores for kidney function, but only for black patients with kidney failure. The test now is called GFR. That stands for Glomerular Filtration Rate Test. It's a test of how efficiently the kidneys are doing their job, and their job is to filter waste out of the blood in the body. But for more than 20 years, UNOS has advocated that the GFR test scores of black kidney patients be increased, artificially increased, beyond what the test results themselves actually showed. Now, what is the consequence of this? Well, the consequence is that the kidneys of black patients are made to look on paper like they are stronger, more efficient, and healthier than in reality they are, than in reality the test scores proved. So folks, this is systematic race discrimination with real consequences. The consequence here is that black kidney patients with serious kidney failure who really need a healthy kidney have been deprived of access to the one place where they can get it, which is the kidney transplant list. Now, what's happened is UNOS got caught with this practice, and they issued a statement. And I want to read some passages from the statement so you can see what they have admitted after getting caught. Here's the first passage. Quote, "For years, some calculations known as GFR included a modifier for black patients based on outdated assumptions about race and biology. This practice led to the severity of kidney disease in black patients being systematically underestimated." End quote. And then the statement goes on to talk further about the consequence of this practice. And the consequence, they say, has, quoting again now, unfairly delayed care for many black patients with kidney failure. Close quote. That means the practice kept them off of the kidney transplant list. That is the care that they needed. Finally, the statement quotes a woman named Precious McGowan, a kidney recipient herself and donor mother who serves on the Kidney Transplantation Committee. Ms. McGowan says this about this UNOS practice. Quote, "So many African Americans have been affected by the use of race-inclusive calculations and have become very ill or have died waiting for the opportunity to list for a kidney transplant. Have become very ill or have died. That is the bottom line of this practice we're talking about. I'm sure you're asking yourself the same question I asked when I first heard of these facts. Why? Why? What possible justification is there for this race discrimination that we've seen? Is there a scientific, a medical, a common sense explanation that makes any of this okay? I've researched that question, hoping to see an answer from UNOS. I didn't see one. All I saw was UNOS's confession that this was wrong. I read you some of that this was wrong and must stop. And indeed, after UNOS got caught in this 20-year racially discriminatory practice, did it finally stop. This artificial and phony inflation of the GFR kidney function test scores only for black patients with serious kidney failure. Now, you'll not be surprised, I'm sure, to learn that lawsuits have recently been filed over this. I filed one myself on behalf of a black man in serious kidney failure who more than 4 years ago should have been on that kidney transplant list. But as my lawsuit alleges, he was denied and deprived access to that list because of this practice I've been describing to you. I filed his lawsuit for 2 reasons. One, I want justice for him because he deserves it, especially after everything that he has been through. But I also filed the lawsuit to get an answer from UNOS as to why it did this. I want to put under oath, make them raise their right hand in a court of law and swear to tell the truth and answer my question about why they did this, what possibly could have justified this race discrimination. Because I've looked and I don't see an answer, and I can't think of a good reason for it. I can't imagine that there is one or ever was.